This is the Mercedes-Benz GLE43, which is the fast AMG version. It is powered by a 6-cylinder biturbo engine that produces 385 horsepower. Today, I'll show you how it looks on the outside. I'll show you the interior and some of the features that stand out to me. Then I'll take it out for a test drive and show you how fast and sporty it really is. And I'll also show you how the exhaust sounds. The exterior design of this GLE is the perfect balance of aggressive and elegant looks. There is beautiful lines and curves all around this SUV. It just looks like a really solid and powerful vehicle with lots of presence. The GLE series is based on the older ML series, but Mercedes-Benz did a really good job freshening it up. They gave it new LED lights and made some changes to the lines and curvature of the body. This AMG version especially looks good because of the black roof rails, black mirrors, and vents on the hood. Although the roof is not completely black, but from the front that is how it looks because the panoramic sunroof is black and the small panel between the windshield and sunroof is also black. This also adds to the black and white contrast of this particular GLE, and I think that's a really nice touch because it gives it a more modern look. So this is the key that you get with this Mercedes. It definitely feels like it's made from high quality products. The chrome on the side and the Mercedes emblem in the middle definitely gives it a fancy and luxurious look and feel. There's not much out of the ordinary going on with the functionality of this key. All you get is a unlock and a lock button and a button to open the power lift gate at the back. But you'll rarely use these buttons because to unlock the door all you have to do is touch like that, and to lock it you just press this button, and when you lock it the side mirrors close on their own. The first time I saw this key I was a little bit confused because this key is, the car is supposed to have push start, but this key looks like it's something you can actually plug in and turn like you see on some Dodge and Chrysler vehicle. So you can actually do that as I will show you now. So to plug in the key all you have to do is remove this cover right here, which I'm having a hard time removing with just one hand. Here you go. And there's a little key underneath that cover, looks like, and then you just plug it in and you can just use it like that, and there you go. The interior of this car is just a really nice place to be. It has the upgraded Designio leather on the seats, on top of the dashboard, on top of the door, here, and on the door handle as well. It's a really nice door handle, feels really solid when you hold it. There's also this nice wood trim which really goes well with the leather, and it's a really nice color of the fabric. It's like this dark purple sort of brownish color, looks really nice. The power control for the seats are on the door like it is on all BMWs. I really like that feature because it's a lot more easier to access and takes the guessing out of when you're adjusting the seats, you don't know what you're pressing. So having it right there really helps a lot. But they still put the lumbar support adjustment on the side of the seat, which is still, it's not that bad, it's not as confusing. There's decent amount of storage in this GLE as well. There's this door well right here, which you can put like a small bottle in it very easily. The glove compartment is a decent size as well. As you can see, you can put your manual and maybe a couple other things in there. This car does have panoramic sunroof. Right now it's closed, but you can see how big it is. But there's this like bar in the middle, which for sport or safety I guess, which takes away from the experience a little bit. but it's still a pretty big and really nice panoramic sunroof. This front part does actually open up, so even air can come inside through there. Let's take a look at the back. First I'll show you the soft close doors. So if you just do this, this one is closed on its own. Let me just demonstrate again. So you put it like that. There you go. This closes on its own. So there's plenty of room back here for 3 people. You do get some controls here as well. So I think it has heated seats back here, and I think you can do some fan control as well. There's some storage down here. These seats are also adjustable, but manually there's this lever right here. If you pull that, it'll do some reclining. The steering wheel for this GLE is a little smaller than I think the regular size, but it's not that small, and it's pretty thick. It's comfortable. As you can see, there's leather on the top and the bottom, but on the sides you have like a suede kind of material. It's comfortable, but cleaning the suede part is going to be harder than the leather for sure. In the center there you have a screen in the middle, but on the sides like the speedometer and the rev meter is not digital. It's the old style version. On the side of the steering wheel, on the left side, you have 3 levers. This one on the top is for the left and right signal, and also for the wipers. And this one right here is for the cruise control. This actually has adaptive cruise control, so as you turn this, you can select how far you want to be from the vehicle in front of you. And there's a third little one right here. That's for actually adjusting the steering wheel. Like it's powered, so you can choose like this, going up, down, and it actually serves also as turning on the heated steering wheel button. So if you turn like that, or it turns it on. Also, you get this for the gear lever, you get this little stick right here, which is convenient, but I don't really like it. Like a luxury car should have like a proper gear lever down here, or like a dial you can turn. This feels more like minivan sort of. I think that's why you see most of these things is in minivans. The center console on this car has a decent design. It's not the latest looking center console, but it still looks high-end. The screen is a little small for a SUV this size, but it has decent resolution and it has some nice features as well. It's controlled by this dial down here, and also by this pad here, which, as you can see, if you can swipe left and right, you can control the center screen from there. All the climate controls in this car have buttons, so that does make it easier than if it's a touch screen. It has heated seat and ventilated seats, and there are the buttons for that. It does have separate zones for the driver, passenger, and the second row, but choosing those zones are a little confusing. But you do get, because you only get one, for the fan speed, you only get one set of buttons. You don't get separate buttons for the fan speed. but you do get separate dials for the temperature, so that does help a little. Down here you get a dial for choosing which mode you're driving in. So there's individual, comfort, sport, sport plus, and snow mode. There's also some buttons down here. So this is, I think, for going downhill. I think this puts it in manual mode, so you can drive it using the pedals up here, which are, I think, aluminum, and they're nice and they're smooth and they look high quality. There's also a button here, which if you push this button, you get a screen like this. Right now the engine is not turned on, so, but as you can see that it shows how much power is being sent to the front tires and the rear tires, like how many percentage. And it also shows how much you've turned the front wheels, so it shows in degrees how much you've turned it. So this car has airmatic transmission, airmatic suspension, sorry. So if you press this, the car goes up and down. So if you press it one time, it goes up. Press it a second time, it goes down. If you're looking for an SUV that's fun to drive, then this should definitely be on your list. The engine has lots of power, it's very responsive, it likes to go fast. So whenever you push on it, it's pretty instant and it goes right away. The ride is actually quite smooth, especially when you're in comfort mode. Like, you won't feel a lot of bumps. Like that's the advantage with, I guess, the air suspension, the airmatic air suspension is quite good. When you're in sports or sports plus mode, it actually does stiffen up a little bit, but I would say it's still on the comfort side. It's not harsh by any means. So it's a good daily driver. It's smooth even when you're in sports plus mode. The exhaust actually is a little bit louder when you're in comfort mode. It sounds a little bit like a truck actually, but it's not quite like it. It's definitely a better sound than you would expect from a pickup truck. When you're in sports plus mode, the sound is actually a little bit. Let's actually switch to sports plus mode. So I'm in sports plus. Probably can't hear it, but it's actually more smooth. It sounds like a more performance sound when you're in sports plus mode. And there's pops, yeah, especially when you're starting from from zero. The first or the second gear shifts, there's a loud pop at the back, which every time, it sounds very good. The steering is actually quite light, so it's very good for everyday driving. But I noticed that when I'm driving a little bit faster, it stiffens up a little bit. So when you shift down, on every shift, every gear down, that it makes a popping sound. Even when you're slowing down. Oh yeah, that's fun stuff. Yeah, you can see I'm having a lot of fun driving it. If you ever get a chance to drive it, you'll definitely have fun. So maybe you can notice it, like the sound right now in Sports Plus mode is not very loud, but it's a more performance sound, something that is similar to what I get in my BMW 640i. The sound is similar to that. which is really surprising. Yeah, on the Benz, like, even though steering is not super heavy, you still feel very much in control. It pulls you around, like you feel like the pull from the car turning you. So yeah, basically, like, if you're looking for a car that's fun to drive, that's practical, like, you know, this car fits the bill perfectly. You won't regret buying this car. Like, on everyday driving, you feel like it's comfortable, it's easy to drive, but when you want to drive a little bit faster, like, it's lots of fun. So it's really good for everything. So that's the end of my review. I wanted to end the video at the back of the car to show you how much room there is in the trunk. So it's definitely a lot of room. It adds to the practicality of the car. And to close it, you just press this button, which is stop for some reason. Yeah, so remember to hit the subscribe button and also check out my other videos.